Oh, for sure. My name is John Bowles, man. I'm from North Philly. I'm a rap artist. I'm an actor, man. I'm an entrepreneur. I do it all.
Klaudellsh Larieux, go by Claude. I was born in Brooklyn, moved to Philly, Northeast Philly. I am a composer, producer, arranger, and a performer, play piano.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So, John, we already interviewed you about a year ago. About a year ago, you were going by a different name, Say So. Can you please explain to the people what caused the name change? What was the reason behind that?
The biggest thing behind the name change, honestly, was just growth, bro. I felt like I was in a space where I just outgrew the name. It was just time to move forward. I had it for a couple of years. I had a good run with it. But now I'm starting to see myself as the artist. You know what I mean? There is no separation anymore, just in general. So I just, with the content that we're creating, the content that me and my producer are creating, we just decided to make that move and take things in the public eye more serious. A lot of people thought I got more serious when I changed my name. So yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like the intentionality behind that name change. I thought you just saw a bunch of other people, a bunch of other say-sos on Apple Music.
That had a part to do with it.
Oh, okay. All right, bet. Okay, great. So, speaking about your last issue, that was 2021. When we released the issue, your magazine, your issue received a lot of engagement, a lot more engagement. Your issue had a lot of comments and likes. It could have been that you cultivated such a loyal fan base, but do you think there's a specific reason why people that you listen to your music responded so urgently to your post?
Shoot, man. I mean, I think the thing that we did well is market our personality. To be honest with you, like this is not an accident. When we get on the mic, when we say what we gotta say, we're not really creating somebody else. You know what I mean? So people just fall in love with the personality, I feel like, and that's enough to attach themselves to the genre of music that we create or whatever we do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a slow burn, but once you stick with us, you stick with us.
You know? Yeah, that's what's up, man. All right, so it's been about 2 years, couple years I say so, about a year now as John Bowles. You've been in the game for a while now. What resources or tools have you been using that you've been finding success with, and how have you been using them?
Man, one of the primary sources that I've been using that help me is honestly building the connections. And I hated this answer when I was a young boy, because I'm like, I don't know what you mean. I'm also introverted. So it's like, from that standpoint, it's like, what do you mean by connections? But when I was younger, when I was cultivating my craft and everything like that, I got a chance to get to know people, being in different groups, different rap groups, different poetry groups, whatever, et cetera, et cetera. So therefore, when it came time for me to see myself and take myself seriously as an artist, a lot of those people came back around, right? A lot of the shows that I'm doing, a lot of the just the material and events that I'm going to where it's paid are through them, are through the connections that I made when I was younger, that just so happen to flourish now.
All right, okay. Yeah, I get you. It's kind of frustrating, it's kind of annoying, because I totally understand. When we were starting this art entity, this entrepreneurial endeavor in the art space, people are always telling us that we always got to get out there and meet people and link. Nigga, artists aren't trying to meet people. We ain't trying to meet people. We're not trying to juggle relationships. It can feel taxing to navigate those relationships. So I'm glad you found what works for you, you know? So the next thing I'm gonna ask you is, as an artist in this current generation, in this modern industry, a working artist in this modern generation, what frustrates you the most about the music industry, about the art in the music industry, and what you have to do in this space?
Sales, album sales is probably the most frustrating thing. I know he can attest to it as well. That you would think getting into it that the album sales is the way out. It's most likely not. It's the hardest avenue, even for recording artists. If you want to speak on that a little bit more, you can as well. Okay. No, just based on the fact that Like people, even in the record industry, that's why they sign 360 deals, right? There's a thing that's now called 360 deals. If you don't know, it's like now if they get into movies, if they get into commercials, a lot of the labels are taking the back end off of that. Why? Because they're not getting the amount of money that they should be getting off of the album sales. A lot of managers is taking money off the top. There's a lot of the producers and the engineers and stuff like that are taking money off the top. So by the time it touches you, right, you now owe money. That's where I'm in a beneficial situation where I am now, with having a producer, engineer. This nigga do everything.
Try to. Take up a lot of my time.
You know what I'm saying? To where he's able to, we're able to work out those negotiations behind closed doors as bookers. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to dealing with somebody who I don't know, trying to work percentages with me. But that is very frustrating.
That's nice. That's awesome. And to piggyback on what you just said, John and Claude, is John the biggest artist that you work with, or are you working with other people right now?
Well, like for rappers' sake, yes. I work with other musicians where they ask me to fill in or like be like a side musician and play. But as for artists, yeah, John is the first one.
When you're working with other artists that's not John, because I know you guys have a more special relationship, how does the splits work? Do you have a system in place, or it's just off of vibes? Do you have something set up?
It all depends. I know me and John, we do it 50-50 for me coming up with the music and him putting the lyrics together. For everybody else, it's a case by case scenario. I'm more graceful with John because that's my bro. But everybody else is just like, all right, we're gonna get to the contractual obligations. Like we doing this percent, or we doing like how much? You know what I'm saying? Everything I be in writing. Me and John is like it's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm more meaner for everybody else.
I totally get that.
Praise God.
From personal experience, collaborating with other artists can be an experience. I mean, good or bad, depending on who you're working with. But so when you're working with other artists that is not John, and it's just a monetary relationship, is there a system in place that you have? Is there? What I'm trying to say is, do you turn other artists down that are trying to work with you?
Why wouldn't? Listen, if someone say, "Hey, Claude, I need you to play on the track," and it's like, "All right, let me listen to the track," and then I'm listening to it to see how can I provide my musical input. How can I like help make it better, right? Because it already has to be at a good quality level for me to add on to it. Can't start from the bottom. Like it's like I'm just wasting my resources, So like I gotta be picky and choosy because not only that, it's a reflection of me. So if they drawn and then they Dookie on the track, and then my name is attached to it, people be like, "Oh, he a corny producer." It's like, nah, I can't handle it. Well, I'm on the rise.
Exactly.
So like, well, if that's the case, I could look out. You want to pay me, and then just don't put my name on it. And then we just gonna keep it pushing.
That's valid. Yeah. Got to get your money, man.
Sure.
Yeah, on the back end, you don't have to advertise me as a
don't put my name
producer.
out there.
You know what I mean?
Don't add me, nothing.
I'm so glad you said that. That's basically the spirit of Guru House moving forward, whole operation moving forward. You were saying that, how can I improve this situation? How can I elevate it? And that's where Guru House is right now. How can we elevate? How can we improve? Be of service to other people, help them elevate and improve and learn. And yeah, I'm just so glad you said that. But back to you, John. You've grown your fan base over the years, and I've been seeing the followers grow up and up over the years. Is just all organic, or are there certain things that you're doing to increase the viewership and listenership?
So it is. I would say it's 90% organic, and that's the cop-out answer though. But we gonna dig, because like you said, your platform is very educational, and you want to get to know the practicality of things. Honestly, the biggest thing that helped me over the years grow is being different avenues, right? Because I'm an actor, right, just as well as an artist. So now I'm on movie sets. Now I'm on stages. Now I'm doing this, that, and the third to now reach my personality out further. I'm selling you on my personality. That's all a musician is doing, right? That's all an artist is doing. Their personality is showing up in the drawing. It's showing up in if he plays the keys. It's showing up if I'm writing my song. So now you get a chance to see who I am as a person. And then when I tell you, yo, I do music, you turn around and it's like, if I could listen to this person in general, I would like to listen to this person on the track to see what he has to say, right? As well as, at the same time, I think that's just a smart thing to do in general, right? If you can't always get your foot in the door one way, you get it in the other way. So now that same person who years ago couldn't get on the shows now I'm doing shows, but it started with open mics, right? Like just like hitting the city on random days, I would Google in Philly, yo, open mics. I still do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so now you gotta build your confidence there. Along the lines, people start liking you. Then you go, I went off to college. I was fortunate enough to go to college, start doing college shows, start looking up college radios. That's a very big thing. That's a very, there is 1,001 college radio shows out here in the US in general, right? That you can Google and they'll play your music for free. So now you're getting spins, right? So then on the back end of that, when you talked about money from earlier, you download something, not download, but you sign up for something called Song Trust. Sound Scan. There's another thing, what I got ASCAP, right? Those are not distribution platforms, those are PROs. It helps you get your money from when your music gets played on those distribution platforms. And what they do is they just help protect you, right? When you get a radio spin in the UK, like I get plays over in Germany, but you don't see that money. But Song Trust will track that money down for you. You see what I'm saying? Like the same thing with those college radios that's playing your music for free. You can still get paid even though they're not the one, even though the radio station's not the one paying you. And just taking advantage of that, right? So that helped me over the years grow my fan base. But now we're starting to get into like marketing campaigns and Facebook ads and things like that. That's really working well for independent artists nowadays.
That's dope, man. Okay, I didn't know anything about that. I think that's a true gem to our listenership. They're gonna really appreciate that, man. Claude, you're a busy guy. You're in school. You got shit going on. I know. Your music workload is coming to you. You're not really advertising to get it. But were you ever in a space where you were trying to get your music out there?
Oh yeah.
And how did you get out there?
The past 5 years, I've been talking to John about this beat tape that I have yet to start, but it's coming. I've been having a lot of inspiration now, cause like when I first started taking producing serious, I wanted to make a beat tape, but I couldn't make the beat tape without the knowledge that I have now, right? So I'm happy that I kind of held off on it, because there was a lot of issues I was going to run up with 5 years ago. Like, I didn't know what sidechaining was. It was like, what is that? So it was like, when you have a clash of the frequencies between the bass and the 808, it doesn't, like, the kick doesn't hit as hard, so you got to sidechain it. So it could pump through. I didn't know about that. Like now I'm like studying like electronic music and EDM, and for some reason all the engineers that specialize in that, when they transfer to hip hop records, you hear the bass more clean, like in the club, you know what I'm saying? So it's like me actually studying now, I'm in a better place to actually put a beat tape out. And my music compositions, I've been working on it. I'm just gonna need to find a venue in Lancaster. So once I finish the pieces, I have a couple of artists that they're willing to play my compositions. But stuff like that, and I be playing with like random musicians throughout the city. Like I gig kind of regularly, so that's how I'm kind of out there. But like outside of that, I just be chilling. Everybody know, they be like, oh, like Claude Larieux, and it's like, oh yeah, John. Because wherever he at, sometimes I'm like most likely there. So that's how I get my connections.
Yeah, I feel that. That's how me and my bro operate. That's how we move sometimes. Back to you, John. You mentioned this. So you said, well, you've been doing open mics for a while now. Now I've been seeing you on stages. I see you've been doing more so performances, and it looks like you getting paid for these things. Some type of compensation. It don't look like open mic. It like the only mic. So what does that business look like? Is somebody reaching out to you? Is somebody inquiring for your services through email? What's going on there? Do you feel like this has been a change in your career?
So some of them are paid, some of them are still free off the hand. But with those free off the hand events, don't get it twisted, there are incentives to it, right? There's new fan bases, there's new opportunities. One thing that I still don't want to do at this moment where I'm still growing, right? I still want to serve the people, right? And there's a bunch of people who, man, this guy hit me up the other day, and I don't even know him like that, but he told me he bought tickets to the concert that I was just performing at, and he said, I can't make it, but give these 2 tickets to people for free because the world needs to hear John Bowles, right? So when he said that, I'm like, man, it's crazy that there's a bunch of people out here who haven't heard me yet. I'm not about to, just because the venue cannot pay me at this moment, I'm not about to take the opportunity away from you to hear me, right? So at this moment in time, it's really not about the money. The gift is going to make a way for the money. And if you dedicate and if you stay faithful to it enough, that's the thing. A lot of people aren't faithful long enough to something to find the love in it, to find the benefits and the fruit from it. But some of these events are paid, right? Some of these events, honestly, like I said earlier, it's people reaching out now that have been seeing me for years that became bigger in their own spaces, right? Like when we were younger, they were running events, but their events were smaller. They were the ones running the open mics, but now they got put on to like bigger artists, and now they're promotional people, and then now they're hitting me up because they're seeing what I'm doing. They're seeing that I'm putting out music, that the music's good. So now, hey, can you do a show? Hey, I know you can sell out a venue, right? Now it's building that rapport. Even with those free shows, there's still ticket sales that you got to do. And now these venues and now a lot of these people are seeing, number one, we killing the set. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We come on a stage and we not playing around. Yeah. Like if you an artist after us or before us, don't slack because we gonna take your head off. That's number one. Number two, it's a matter of they see the ticket sales. If you telling me to sell 25 tickets, I'm gonna sell 30. Like, you see what I'm saying? So and it's like after that builds rapport. And then next time, now they need a show, now they need a venue, now they need a person. Oh dang, we gotta make some money. All right, let's get John. But now he gotta get a cut of it. Yeah. So it's honestly, it sounds corny, but you gotta build those connections. And you kind of gotta at first pay to play.
I would also like to add the professionalism piece, because like whether it's free or paid, we still treat it as if we at the Grammys. Yeah. So keep that in mind, and then people see the professionalism. Like, oh yeah, we got to get them for next year. Yep. And then the incentives start rolling in because we're taking it serious.
I love it. You guys are like suit and tie with it. I love it. That's cool.
I have another avenue as well, which I forgot to speak about.
What other avenues are you using?
Well, number one is the merch sales. Like even with these free events and these free venues, there are a lot of merch tables. I literally couldn't sell merch at the last event that I was at because we already sold out on the merch. Nice. Right? And it's like the merch goes 100% to us. So and they're good products. And if you invest in good products, again, number one, you will see the return on it. Right? The hardest part with me before was trying to get something that I would wear. Right? Beforehand, and it sound corny and this is not me not believing in myself, right? But before, I would not wear a Say So shirt that just said Say So on it. I don't see the point of it. I wouldn't even do it for J. Cole, and I love J. Cole. But it's like, if you give me something that's art to wear, like it's a regular shirt, like I can go to H&M and buy it, and it just seems visually appealing to me, then I can sell it, right? So sell something that you believe in. A lot of people want merch with their name on it, but you only believe in that product outside of your name. Right. So design something that you like, and that's where, even at these concerts now, like I'm scrambling, I gotta go buy more merch so we can sell those out again. Another avenue is sync licensing. We've been taking advantage of sync licensing, and we're going to take even more advantage of sync licensing.
Licensing is? Can you explain what sync licensing is?
Sync licensing is when you get your music placed on TV shows, video games, movies. That is a huge lane that we like really like sink into, and that we already started to get sunk into.
Cause like the money in that, it transcends those streams. Cause the streams, we're talking like 0.001 of a penny per stream. So like for you to like cut even as an artist, you need like damn near almost like more than $1 million.
You need
like
a machine behind it.
Yeah. And the machine, which is the record label, which is a bank, they gonna loan you the money up front. It's like, yo, make this album, you do it, and then they're like, all right, now you gotta pay us back, recoup. It's like, wait, so the studio that you went in, that they referred you to, you gotta pay that back, the mixing and all that, and now you're just scrambling. So that's why people like are always going on tour, and the merch and the sync, it's just steady income. Like as soon as they use your music, go to the PROs, they collect it. It's always going. Like we're doing that. I'm thinking about like selling beats on like BeatStars, leasing them out instead of making them and selling exclusively because you don't make enough money exclusively. I could sell you a beat for 500 exclusive, you got it, and you hit triple platinum. I don't see that money. Only got $500 off of it. But if I lease it to you, in the agreement, you know what I'm saying, it's like, yeah, I'll lease it to you for $100, but somebody else can also lease it. So that one beat can have like 300 people just circulating, and I'm just getting all that money.
That's cool. I didn't know about that. First thing, and I'm gonna get back to the leasing part, but let's get focused on the sync. How does an artist get their music to these syncs, to these TV shows, to these streaming companies? How do you source these sync opportunities and these offerings? Do you just reach out to them?
So there's a couple ways. The first sync licensing placement that we actually had was again through a different avenue. That's why I keep speaking about these different avenues. I'm also an actor. I know a film company, 1939 Studios, and other film companies who I've done movies with before. When you're on set, when you're auditioning, you're talking, they put down, yo, what's your other skills, right? You know, music. And they're like, The more I get to talk, the more I get to start chatting with you, the more you get to see my personality, right? And then, now we playing music in the car on the way back from the set. Yo, I think this fits the movie title. Boom, and here we go. So now it's in the film. Mm-hmm. Now you build a rapport with them, because just like the acting industry, the music industry as well is a network of people who all know each other. Yeah. Don't get it twisted like people don't know each other. It's very hard for an outsider to come in. Think about a college party. Even though everybody know about the college party, you need to get invited to that party, right? So it's like, in that case, so if you got a chance to get in, get in. So that's one way, right? But if you're not an actor, I get it, that's fine. The second way that you could do that is you can start looking up music licensing websites on Google. Like, they'll tell you, and then you go there, you submit your name, what you do, and then hopefully they'll get back to you, right? I would advise you to have everything in order. By everything in order, what I mean is your songs, your titles, the MP3 file of it, have the master file. Don't send nothing mixed, nothing pre-mixed or whatever. Master file. Have they want the pitch that it's in.
Yeah, the metadata. They need everything. The pitch, the key it's in, the BPM, the number of samples that's in it. Is it cleared? Is it not?
Get your samples cleared.
You can also do the old school cold calling, but via internet. I know, I started doing research on LinkedIn, started looking at different music supervisors, because those are the people who are going to get your music to the media. So I cold call, look them up, music publishers, supervisors, and then look them up to see what companies they're closely related to, what's their portfolio like, and then start the stuff out.
Is going to benefit from this information. I think these are some real gems. Well, back to the leasing. Actually, no, let's go back to the merch real quick. So, do you think, or what part of this music entrepreneurship career that you guys are embarking on is going to be the most profitable? Do you think the merch is going to work the most for you? I know we do it for the art, but sometimes money is a lot better for the moment. You know what I mean? So what avenue do you think will be the most profitable for you currently? Things change all the time. Sometimes merch is more profitable. Sometimes syncs is more profitable. Sometimes music is more profitable. What do you think? And what do you think you're going to lean into in the future? And or do you think you're going to find another avenue?
I would say the most profitable right now is the sync licensing. The only reason why I would say that over merch right now, because merch is doing really well, is the fact that sync licensing, like he said, brings out royalties a lot of times, and then they give the most upfront money, right? So for merch, you gotta put anywhere in between what you talking about, $500 to $900 down, and then you start recouping that slowly but surely. So you're talking about, if you put it down in January, you might see the full fruit and benefit of that in July, August, right? But with syncing, as soon as you get cleared, as soon as you get on a television show, they gonna send you they gonna send you the check. You see what I'm saying? It might have 10,000 on it, 20,000 on it, and then you just gotta divvy it up the way you gotta divvy it up. So
still collect from it too. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. These are good answers, guys. I'm gonna ask you one more question before we go. What advice do you have for upcoming artists right now? either to increase their music listenership or to better monetize their art.
My biggest piece of advice would stop lying to yourself and telling yourself that you're an introvert. You're just scared to talk to people. And even if you are an introvert, you're going to have to do some things that you don't want to do to get where you got to go. Some people don't want to, I'm pretty sure I don't want to lose sleep writing music and studying scripts, but I got to do it. It's something you got to, if you have a 9 to 5, that's good, keep that 9 to 5, but don't forget your dream. Don't forget your goal. And if you got to lose sleep, if you got to become anxious a little bit to get where you got to go, do it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like I started off with introversion. That kept me for a long time just not doing certain shows, not even hitting certain open mics, because I'm scared of people's perception. It wasn't that I was introverted. I just didn't believe in myself. You see what I'm saying? So like, if you are introverted, break down why that is what it is, right? And allow yourself to push past whatever you need to push past to go where you need to go. Your gift is definitely going to make a room for you if you're faithful to it.
I will say organization, because you have to stay prepared so you can have those opportunities. And if you don't like have organization, lean on to somebody that has organization. Like me, I'm not organized, right? But this nigga is organized, right? So like he keeps on me whenever I fall. Like lately, I just been dipping off. I gotta do my homework and whatnot. He be like, hey, like yo, we got to talk. Like let's go out with a schedule, because it's like if he don't do it, I'm gonna do it eventually, but it's gonna be too late. So I lean on my good brother here to keep me on, and not only that, hold myself accountable. It's like, how many times you want to have that same conversation over and over? It's like, hey, bro, come on, like keep yourself accountable and get organized.
That's good. John Bolds, Claude, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being with us at Guru House Magazine. This was great, John. Please tell the people where they can find you on the socials.
Yes, sir. First of all, thank you for having us, bro. We love coming there for this platform, to be honest with you, bro. But you can find me at John Bolds, man, JONBOLDS, right? It's John Bolds anywhere. I also got a website, johnbolds.com. That's where you get the merch. That's where you get the short films. You want to see my acting is there too, right? Everything that's John Bolds is on there. So yeah, that's where you can find me. And be lookout on the music that's coming up. It's coming up real shortly. Shoot.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can find me at Laroo, LAROO _did_that. Facebook, Klaudellsh Larieux, KLAUDELLSH. With that name. So you'll find me on everything except for Twitter. Somehow it got deleted. But yeah, I'm around. I'm approachable. Don't DM me weird stuff. So.
All right.
Just don't see any weird stuff.
Thank you for tuning into our show today. If you liked what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out our podcast. This episode we uploaded to our podcast, Guru House Sound. And you can find that on whatever you listen to your podcast on. Peace.